They wanted to build a bridge. The new Central Florida Tourism Oversight District was so happy to help so many family members with military service members in it, or people of veteran status, or even those families who have lost someone in the line of duty, to build a bridge so that they could continue to walk from the military-specific hotel at Walt Disney World across to the Polynesian as they've done for 30 years. And then apparently, Disney said, we'll have none of that. Hello folks, welcome back to the place where we continue to tell the truth no matter where it might bring us. We love doing so. We think it's the most important thing in the world as we continue to talk about the Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland, Disney entertainment, video games, and well, we're at least taking one day break from Oh Sweet Baby. Today we're talking about something very important though, and that is that Shades of Green, the military exclusive hotel at Disney that caters to families of service members and veterans and those who gave it all, well, it no longer has a connecting point to the Polynesian, something that's been there for 30 years. And despite the new governing body that rules over Disney World wanting to build a bridge, perhaps a freedom bridge, if you will, a pedestrian bridge, to continue to offer that to all of the people who stay at Shades of Green, Disney may have done something very spiteful indeed to stop that. Today, we're going to talk about it. Folks, don't go anywhere. This one might make you just a little bit angry, but also wiser, smarter, and knowing better what Disney better do in the future. This one is about the Disney World military member and military family treatment. We're going to get to Sweet Baby Inc. after this one, so hang tight, folks. But this one goes so far that we just have to talk about it. What you're looking at right now on the screen is Shades of Green, the frequently asked questions from the website for Shades of Green. What is Shades of Green? If you've watched this channel very often, you know that Shades of Green is the military member exclusive resort hotel at the Walt Disney World Resort, run by the U.S. Department of Defense. And for 30 years, veterans and families with military members and families who have had those who've given everything in the line of service, they have had the option of staying at Shades of Green and then walking a very, very short distance to another hotel called the Polynesian, where they had monorail access, they had bus access, basically direct access to the Magic Kingdom. And what has happened is that the Walt Disney Resort, they decided that they were going to eliminate the pathway that allows military members to go to the Polynesian. Again, it's a perk they've had for 30 years. And so that means that they are now dependent on using their own vehicles or the much less frequent transportation at Shades of Green. Now, using your own transportation means that you're going to be paying to stay at the parking lots and all of that. This was a nice perk for those who have given so much. What makes this so egregious, and the reason we're bringing this back up again, is because the CFTOD, CFTOD, that's the new local government that can, the local government that controls the Disney World Resort. They have said that they are very open to building a pedestrian bridge over the new 4-lane highway so that military members can go across and go to Polynesian without a problem. So that there was no reason then to continue disallowing people from crossing the road. Build the pedestrian bridge. It's not even Disney. It's not Disney that's willing to build the bridge. It's an entirely different entity that's willing to spend their own money to do this for military family members because it's the right thing to do. And Disney has taken steps, seemingly in spite and spitefully, to stop that from happening. Let's talk about it. This is the FAQ. It says, will the walkway closure be temporary during the road construction permanent? No, the walkway closure will be permanent. At its conclusion, the World Drive expansion will be a 4-lane highway with no crosswalk. Remember, CFTOD wanted to build the pedestrian bridge over the top to fix that. How long will the construction project take? It's projected to be completed in 2027. Can't we just walk alongside the road to access the Polynesian? No. The sidewalk will be removed from the Polynesian side as well. For safety reasons, security will not permit guests to exit or enter property on foot through driveways. Let's get to the pictures then. This was taken in the last couple of days. There was a concrete walkway that connected to Shades of Green into the Polynesian. And Disney seems to have removed the concrete pathway from property that they actually own, which is a golf course, and property they actually own, which is Polynesian, thus avoiding the public easement issue, which Sif Todd was happily going to fix. Now, I know we've went a little bit in the weeds on this, but I just want to say this is the kind of vindictive stuff that happens in the company that really makes me unhappy.
So if I can
grass showing that they destroyed the walkway unnecessarily. There's no reason except just to stop military members from doing
okay, so if I can put this in my own words here, the Reedy Creek Improvement District, which was completely under Disney's control for, I don't know, like 60 years, something like that. 1967 is when this thing was established. Ron DeSantis said, no, we need something that's up to date. So we're going to dissolve this. You have the opportunity to refile and have something that actually falls under the Constitution of the state of Florida. That was like 1968 that Constitution was founded. So there was a roadway between the Shades of Green, which is military member resort, and the Polynesian, which is, I don't know if you call it a deluxe resort. It is the premier. It is one of the premier hotels on Disney property. I think the Beatles dissolved in the King Kamehameha suite there. It's historic importance. Something big happened with the Beatles in the King Kamehameha.
I stayed there.
Well, here we are. History.
You've been trumped, Beatles. You've been trumped. I don't know if we can even use the word trumped anymore. That may be a political.
You've been
the Beatles and a frantic. It's a monorail hotel, so it's essentially it essentially makes Shades of Green. You have the monorail going through the Polynesian there. So they said we're going to redo this roadway or whatever they're going to do, and we're going to cut off access here. That's kind of unpopular. There's no real reason for Disney to be doing this. And
they could have put a traffic light in. There's like 100 different ways to do this that's better.
Yeah, and Disney could have said, no, continue to use this, but they have blocked this for a year on the idea that construction is, it's about to happen, guys. It's about to happen. It has not happened for over a year. So they've essentially been cutting this off for no reason at all. I don't know. It's either incompetence or it's spiteful negligence here. And now that they actually are going to be building this bridge, I think we get a clearer indication. If they're destroying the walkways in between here and where that bridge will be, it just seems like petty, small things. When this would be a small thing that would honor American servicemen, and Disney is falling over themselves to make sure that does not happen because they don't like Ron DeSantis.
So Disney didn't want. They said they didn't want the walkway for various reasons. So another entity comes in and says, we'll pay for it. We'll make sure that the military members can walk across, no problem. We'll build a pedestrian bridge over the road. And Disney's response is, we'll destroy the concrete. We'll destroy the walkway so that can't happen now. And that's just amazing to me that they did that.
Can you give me some clarification on this?
Yes.
The military compound, is that outside of Disney World? So the veterans would get into Disney World for free?
So it is inside the Walt Disney World Resort. It's on the other side of the road that accesses the Polynesian. It was at one time its own hotel owned by Disney and part of a golfing complex. It still is part of a golfing complex.
Just to make this clear, it is inside the resort complex, but not inside one of the parks.
Right. So you still have to pay to get into the park.
Yes.
Yes. And so this is it right here, Paul. There it goes away. Never mind. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Disney has destroyed the Shades of Green. Anyways,
it's amazing that it just removed that like it did. Culture, you've been over there many times. Your thoughts on the idea that Disney just destroyed the walkway?
It's vindictive. This is absolutely probably one of the most shoddy things I've ever seen. And again, you've seen a lot of anti-American sentiment within the Disney Corporation executive structure, and you've seen it building for a while as they've allowed for significant changes in the makeup of that. And what's come along with it again is this kind of disrespect. I can't tell you how many times I walked from the Polynesian with my golf clubs in tow across to utilize the facilities here. You know, it's not, this isn't anything new. And if I'm not mistaken, I even recall at one point in time, and again, I was a very young person, that there actually were people that would take golf carts across.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So
let me show everybody real quick,
Yeah.
Culture. So
Yeah.
the walkway now ends where the security gates begin. So where DOD property, leased property ends, now they've destroyed the concrete, and then they've destroyed the concrete a little ways over here on the side of the Polynesian. And so now, if somebody wants to build the bridge, and do this for military members, it doesn't matter. There's no walkway to connect to any longer. So that's what's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing.
Well, I mean, they could probably shame Disney into it, Pro, by building the bridge and just having it end.
The bridge finally a worthy bridge to nowhere.
Exactly. Yeah, it would just, but it's disrespectful, and it's kind of a bummer. I mean, like I said, I actually enjoyed being able to get up at 4:00 in the morning before anybody else did, get one of the first tee times, play around, and then join family members in the park. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I did that. And I love avoiding wild turkeys and alligators and all kinds of stuff.
There are lots of wild turkeys over at Shades of Green. Yes.
Oh, it's wild. But it really is a blast, and there's all kinds of other wildlife in there. I mean, you'd be surprised what you can see when you're just out having a nice round of golf or a good walk spoiled. But yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is, and that's all it is. But we wanted to bring it to the folks out there as we begin the show because we want you to know just how vindictive and spiteful the company can be. I don't know if it's to stick it to military members. I don't know if it is to keep them away from the new Polynesian DVC. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is just to stick it to SIFTA to be like, you want to do a good thing? Watch this. We'll prevent you. I don't know. But all right, folks, we have come to the end. How do you feel about that one? I bet we're going to get quite a bit of reaction to this report. And folks, you can start right now and help us spread the word by clicking like, share, subscribe. Click it, stick it to the algorithms, it's the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. To everyone out there who is a service member, a veteran, or those who have lost someone in that line of work, we say thank you for that service. We honor all of your sacrifice. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.